Yay, let's go massacre!
Yes, finally, the actual time to massacre. I could massacre these poison types using so much easily if my bird could learn a proper move. God damn, it takes forever to learn that move. It makes him useful. God damn it, Liz. I'm not ready to battle you right now. Leave me alone. God damn, these people are leave me alone.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Hang on, it's just, okay, and delete. There we go.
I'm trying to... Actually, I'll battle you now, I guess. I could take out Team Rocket, but y'all said you invited me.
I can use the free money, I mean experience.
Oh, now I remember what I'm doing. Notice I put on the Super Repel.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, you're looking for that asshole.
Yup. And time to finally introduce these. Ah! Wild Riku appeared. We've talked about it, but now we finally can see him. The roaming legendaries. Oh, fuck, I think the wrong Pokemon.
These assholes.
Yep, now you can see full force why everybody hates these. Well, may as well throw a Pokeball at you for the fuck of it. Ultra Ball, preferably, see if I can catch it. Nope, broke out immediately. Alright, maybe I can damage it first. Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, too, about these assholes. In this generation specifically, doesn't matter if you're still in the same route, they will never stop freaking moving.
Yep. They'll tend to move, like, along the route they're on. Oh, yeah, this is the episode I show you how it works. So, look for where it is. Oh, moved over there. Well, in case you think of flying over to it, don't. If you try to fly at them... Yep, you try to fly at them, basically they'll just go on another route randomly. So, you're better off following along with them on the map to try to get to where they are. And hoping they don't move when you get to their area. It fucking sucks.
Well, that's the intended way that they're supposed to. That's the intended way that they're supposed to work. However, in this game, even if you're on the same route, they'll randomly move wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah, it's much improved in Gen... I would say Gen 4, but then again, you can track it much more easily in Gen 4. I'd more say Gen 5. Because Gen 5, when you get to where it is, it won't fucking run off to a different route. Gen 4 kind of does that, so you kind of have to finagle with it a little bit, going back and forth till it gets somewhere you want to be.
You could trick it in Gen 4, basically, to eventually come to your route.
Yeah, this game is much harder to do. Gen 5 is where they finally fix that. Then again, that's technically the last time they... it's not the last time they do roaming legendaries. That's Gen 6.
Three, I'd say. Well, in terms of being a roaming legendary, because yes, you technically start encountering them in the wild, but you never actually fight it or / try to catch it until you encounter a certain number of times.
I'll say I was gonna say a roaming legendary, but it's not really a roaming. One of my favorite encounters in legendary is Gen 7. After you do all the plot stuff, and you go like one of the first fields in the game, and you run into the crossroad, and you're like, wait, what? What's happening? Ah!
Yep.
I remember, I just wandered around trying to complete my Pokédex, and I heard the music there. I was like, wait, what happened? And then it showed up, and was like, wait, what? As you can't see, Raiku's on a completely different route now. So, let's fly, since that's where he happens to be. You'd think that would make it easy. Let's check it again, just for the fuck of it. If that's what I'm doing. I don't remember. Because it's been so long.
Yep.
Oh, he's all the way down there now.
Hey.
So yeah, roaming legendaries. Fucking terrible. Let me go run down at him the long way. Just fucking painful. Every time with this shit. You have to frickin' basically... The easiest strategy is, before you reach level 40 in this game, put on Super Repel, just roam the fields and hope you find them. And there's 3 of them, which makes the execution of Gen 2 the worst. In Crystal, it's better because you only got 2. Same for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But regardless, still sucks.
Now, granted, you can make it a little bit easier with these assholes when you get the Master Ball and just use it on one of them.
Yep, it makes it a lot better in Gen 3.
But regardless of which version of the game you play in this generation, you still have at least one asshole you gotta deal with the hard way.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And it's only going to be at least either Raikou or one of the other ones.
Raikou's usually the one for me. Raikou's usually the one I end up using the Master Ball on. I'm just like, no, fuck it! It keeps running more than the other 2. Get in the ball, damn it! Ugh. Raikou's always been my least favorite of them to catch. It's so fucking fast.
Yep.
But there are a few strategies you can use to try to stop their tracks. For example, putting them to sleep. Or freezing them. Sometimes.
Or in this generation, particularly, like Raikou fell asleep. Raikou ran away.
Yeah. Every once in a while, for some reason, hasn't happened to me, but even put in a status condition like freeze or sleep where it's supposed to stun them, they may run anyway. Cause, I don't know. Yeah, apparently they can run in their sleep. Or there's a giant block of ice just moving around the country. Makes no sense, man!
At least, I guess, for running away in sleep, because, I mean, sleepwalking's a thing.
Yeah.
But, how do you run away when you're frozen?
Yeah, that's the one I was like, what? That makes 0 sense. Completely 0 sense. Like, Jesus Christ.
They were frozen, and they ran away.
Oh my god. I've never seen it myself, but I've seen the memes on there so many times. I'm like, that's gotta be something that happens. I've just never had it happen to me. Now I don't know if it's true or not. I can't verify because I haven't run into it myself.
Now, the intended strategy for dealing with these assholes, there was a new type of move that was made, that was introduced in this game. The trap moves.
Mean Look being the big one.
Mean Look being the poster boy of this when introduced in Generation.
Yep.
There's other variations of it, more so with abilities that will become in like later generations, such as like Shadow Tag or Arena Trap.
Yep. Oh, Wild Effect with Shadow Tag. Careful with that one. I remember I did that trying to catch Latios, and then I killed it. I was like, fuck! Oh, that's the other thing that sucks about the Roman Legendaries. If you KO them by accident, at least in Generations 2 through 4, before Platinum anyway, they're gone for good.
Yep.
So, you can't kill them. However, if you do damage to them, the damage carries over when you run into them again. Same with status conditions. So, you can, in theory, keep running into them, keep weakening them through numerous fights, and then run into them in their weakened state and try to catch them as soon as you find them again. It's annoying, but it's a method that can work.
Prior to Generation 6, for pretty much any Legendary, even the cover ones, you only get one shot at them.
Yeah. I know Gen 4 starting with Platinum, with roaming Legendaries, you can keep retrying them if you didn't catch them before. The thing is,
with Generation 6 with the plot important Legendaries, you can retry as many times as you want.
There's that too, but there's something with roaming in particular. The roaming ones in particular, they added a rule with Platinum onward. Basically, if you accidentally kill them, they'll disappear until you beat the Elite Four again.
Okay.
With Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and the Generation 5 games, that is how it works. And also the technically roaming Legendary of Gen 6.
Okay.
You just have to beat the Elite Four and they will resummon. But,
okay.
Yep, but Gold and Silver and Crystal, the Gen 3 games, And Diamond and Pearl in particular for Gen 4. Get rid of them, they're gone for good. So you want to make sure you catch them. So much fun!
Yeah, alright.
Oh my god, roaming legendaries, you're the bad worst. I believe that's the worst stipulation they have for a legendary in any of the games.
Yep.
Not only like you have to do things to like put a legendary together or something and have one chance to catch it then.
Yep.
Ooh. Well, at least this is probably the worst it's gonna get. Because Gen 3, you only have one to worry about.
Yep.
Didn't they intend them for the Gen 3 remake, but they didn't get to it? I mean, the Gen 1 remake, I mean.
I'm trying to remember if they did.
I feel like they intended them for the Gen 1 remake, but I think they weren't able to get them in by the time the game released, I think? Or maybe they were event Pokemon, I don't remember.
Oh, let me go back.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like that was a thing that they were trying to do with that. But then they brought them in the Gen 2 remake for Gen 4, so we didn't need to worry about it then.
Roaming Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we have a whole thing about roaming Pokemon. Now's the time to go over it since we finally got introduced to those fuckers. Don't worry. In case you guys are wondering when we're going to get them as LP, not for a good while from now. It's going to be a long time. Like, not till close to the very end are we going to go after them. I will say this, though, at the very least. Before all your Pokemon hit level 40, try to at least encounter all three of them at least once. You can try to catch them then if you want. But I feel until you have Pokemon that are fast enough to do stuff to them before they can run, it's not worth it. Just find them all once, and leave it at that for now.
Yep.
And that's the advice I'll give you for this point. At least do it before you head for the Elite Four after the last badge. Go on, then.
So, according to Bulbapedia, since they've been the most accurate with a lot of this information,
of course,
there.
Bulbapedia and Cerebi are the two big ones. Yep.
Yeah, well, Bulbapedia gets in a little more nitty-gritty about certain mechanics,
that's
so they're
true.
Very trustworthy as that.
Cerebi's just more good for like figuring out events.
Like general hand slash how to evolve certain Pokemon, honestly. So that's why I used Cerebi for.
Yeah.
So, whereas, so for a roaming Pokemon is a wild legendary that instead of remaining in one place as a special event, roams around the region it appears in, seemingly at random. Roaming Pokemon appeared in every core series game from generations 2 through 6, with the exceptions of Black 2 and White 2 and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, those two did not have them because in Black 2 and White 2, you only got one of them because of the Dream Radar. And Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you were given Latios and Latios due to plot. So they weren't roaming at that point.
Yeah. So in addition to changing routes, sometimes that happens every time the player moves to a new area, roaming Pokemon will also attempt to flee from battle.
Yep. Their most annoying characteristic, honestly.
Yeah, so the mechanics for Generation 2, how it works here. When encountering a roaming Pokemon for the first time, their HP and DVs are initialized. Those stats remain static once generated. This means that shiny Pokemon will remain shiny, and any damage that has been inflicted to them will remain across battles. However, their PP and stat conditions are reset each time they flee.
Yeah,
in addition to moving around each time the player changes maps, all currently roaming Pokemon will also move after each battle with a 1/16th chance always if the player just encountered a roaming Pokemon, not merely the one that they just encountered.
Right.
There is a 1 in 8n chance that a roaming Pokemon will move to a completely random map other than the one the player is on, where n is the amount of possible to where the roaming Pokemon is at that moment.
Right.
Otherwise, a roaming Pokemon will move to an adjacent route. A roaming Pokemon will never move past the Olivine, meaning that if it's currently on Route 39, it will always move to Route 38.
Oh yeah, they'll only stay in Johto, obviously. They won't go past, like, surfing spots.
Alright.
They'll still stay in the mainland of Johto.
Okay, yes. Each time the player steps in tall grass that is currently in the same area as a roaming Pokemon, the game attempts to generate a Pokemon. The player has a 25 out of 256, or roughly 10% chance of randomly encountering it.
Yep. Oh, hey, Houndoom, by the way! Our first encounter with Houndour and Houndoom. This fight with the big rocket executive that's running the radio tower right now.
Oh, nice.
A good fire type, which unfortunately you can't catch until later in this game. Dicks. But yeah, good fire type. And once we take care of this, the radio tower will be saved. Okay, now you can continue. Just want to get that out.
Okay, yeah. A roaming Pokemon will flee on any turn it is able immediately before it would use its move. If it is unable to flee, it will instead use its prepare move. Since the roaming Pokemon in Generation 2 all know moves with priorities, depending on the move that they are prepared to use. The player's Pokemon may sometimes act before it flees, and sometimes not. The player can stop a roaming Pokemon from fleeing by using trapping moves, such as Mean Look or Wrap. Oh yeah, Wrap was technically Generation 1, so I guess that could also work that way.
They made it so moves like Wrap and Bind wouldn't let Pokemon flee. That's right, I forgot that was a change. You can't switch them out now.
Yep.
But they can still act.
Sleep and Freeze also prevent the Pokemon from fleeing. Ha!
Yeah, due to a glitch that apparently isn't always the case. Ooh, we got a Silver Wing!
Nice.
We'll get to that later.
Yep, much later. If a Pokemon is defeated, it will not reappear under any conditions.
Yep. Yep, that's prior to, Platinum. But as of Gen 2 and 3 and Diamond and Pearl, that is the case.
Yep. Alright, so for Generation 3, the chance of encountering a roaming Pokemon is now 25%, given that a wild encounter has successfully generated in tall grass or water in the same area as a roaming Pokemon. Roaming Pokemon are affected by repels, but not abilities that affect appearance of wild Pokemon.
Oh, that's nice.
From Generation 3 onward, if a roaming Pokemon is afflicted with a non-volatile status condition, it will retain those effects in subsequent encounters.
Ah, okay.
If a roaming Pokemon is not already trapped, each turn it will attempt to flee at effect priority of 0 instead of using a move. If it becomes trapped in the battle during the turn, it will attempt to flee but fail. If it is already trapped at the start of a turn, it will use a move instead of attempting to flee.
Yep. Yeah, I have seen that happen, just like with Wobbuffet. And I used Mirror Code and killed it.
Yep. A roaming Pokemon can be trapped if it is hit by a trapping move before it is able to act. Trapping ability, such as Shadow Tag, can only prevent the Pokemon from attempting to flee if in place at the start of the turn. If a Pokemon with a trapping ability is switched in, its ability will not prevent the roaming Pokemon from fleeing on that turn.
Yeah, it has to at least be settled in for a turn before that kicks in.
Status conditions do not prevent a roaming Pokemon from fleeing.
Fuck.
Generation 4. Starting in Platinum, if the player defeats a roaming Pokemon, it will reappear when the player enters next the Hall of Fame, but the player must re-trigger its roaming. For example, if the player defeats Mesprit and then enters the Hall of Fame, Mesprit will only begin roaming again once the player visits Verini Cave.
I forgot to mention that part. You gotta go to where they first started roaming.
Yep. Generation 5. If a roaming Pokemon is not already trapped, each turn it will attempt to flee at an effective priority of -7 instead of using a move. If it becomes trapped either by a trapping move or ability, before it is able to act, it will attempt to flee but fail.
So at least you can probably get an attack in before it can run. That's good.
If the player defeats a roaming Pokemon, it will reappear when the player enters the Hall of Fame.
Yep, same rule. But you don't have to trigger that once roaming, because it's already roaming after a certain point in the game anyway. And Gen 5 is a very easy indicator where to find it. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, Alright, a roaming Pokemon will flee unconditionally after the player sends out their Pokemon. It will be stationary in a specific area after the player encounters it 11 times. Not even Shadow Tag will prevent it from fleeing. If a roaming Pokemon is defeated, it will reappear in a stationary position next time the player enters the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they did.
So
you just weird with it.
Once you get it to a stationary position and you defeat it, just go back to the Hall of Fame, then go back to that stationary position, and there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they decided to have a roaming Pokemon just to have you follow it for a while, for it to then stay somewhere. I have all the fun of going after a roaming legend and not being able to catch it beforehand. Fuckers.
Alright. So... Oh, you're right for this one.
All of it. Oh, okay.
Sword and Shield. In previous games, roaming Pokemon no longer flee once encountered. They appear in the overworld and must be caught up to in order to be encountered.
Ah, right.
Wild areas.
Yeah, there are some like that in the wild area. That's true.
Okay, look at these fuckers. In Generations 2, 3, and 6, players can use their Pokedex to check the current location of a roaming Pokemon after they have seen it. In Generation 4, the Pokedex marking map application and the Pokegear's map card. So the former from the Sinnoh games and the latter for the Gen 2 remix.
Right. Yeah, which is very helpful.
This purpose. Yeah. In Generation 5, the player can track their... Yeah, Generation 5, the player can track their locations using the notifications of stormy weather on electric bulletin boards and gates.
So they don't have an indication on the map, but if you go to one of those areas, they have a lot of... They'll tell you where to go. And you'll know you're there when you see, like, a heavy rainstorm or something. Like, what? You'll know they're in that area because you'll see the heavy rain. That's all.
Oh, the list of roaming Pokemon. In Generation 2, you have the 3 legendary dogs.
Yes.
So, you have Raikou, which is what we encountered already, and the other two, which we have not encountered yet, technically, but...
I think we're going to get to them before we head for the Elite Four.
Yeah. So I'll just say them now, because we technically encountered them in the tower when they were there, but we haven't, like, seen them, so whatever.
That's true.
There's Entei, who, regardless of the version of the game, is the other one that is always roaming.
Yep.
So, yeah, like I said, using the Master Ball usually on either Raikou or Entei.
Yep.
And then
the other one.
Then the other one is basically the one you're going to have to deal with the hard way, regardless of the version. Whereas Riku, in Crystal specifically, he is a stationary counter.
I think it's the same for Heart Gold Soul Silver if what Koshi has told us is true.
Into that when we get up to that point for Generation 4, I believe.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So they can, all three of these can be encountered at any point after they are distributed by the player in Ecruteak City's Brass Tower.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that tower, yep. Where you see all three of the dogs and they all run off.
Mm-hmm.
God, answer with Shadow Ball, such a menace. Embarrassing, Kadabra. Oh. Mom, not again! God damn it! What a doll! Oh, come on, it's not even useful! You bought that for yourself, bitch!
So for the Generation 3 games in Hoenn, the Eon Pokemon, which is the Latios and Latios,
Yep.
can be caught in Hoenn after entering the Hall of Fame. Only one will roam in Hoenn.
Yep.
And the other can be attained on the southern island with the Eon ticket. Now, which version... Yes. Which, if you have Sapphire, Sapphire will have Latios be the roaming one, whereas Ruby will have Latios.
Version exclusive!
In Emerald... Yes. In Emerald, specifically, the roaming Pokemon will depend on the color of Pokemon that the player tells their mom was on the TV. Red will result in Latios as the roaming Pokemon, while blue will result in Latios.
Ah, so you have your pick. Okay.
Essentially.
That's
which,
nice.
since you would have... Yeah, which in Emerald, because the Eon ticket wasn't distributed as an item, you have to do the whole, like, multiplayer thing, like sharing of like that. I forget exactly what it was offhand with a copy of Ruby or Sapphire that had the event item.
Yep. Yep. And then we got the ones in Gen 4. Which I think there's only 2 in Gen 4.
I'm not that quite there yet, actually, because in Ruby and Sapphire specifically, in Ruby and Sapphire specifically, the roaming Pokemon will have low individual values due to the roaming Pokemon for bug.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Roaming Pokemon IV bug.
I did remember hearing about that. That sucks for them.
Yep. Okay, here you go. Kanto says the Fire Red and Leaf Green game. One of 3 legendary beasts will roam in Kanto, Fire Red and Leaf Green, depending on the type of weakness of the player's chosen starter.
Oh, that's what it is. I thought there was something about it. Okay, so they were in there, but it's based on your starter.
Yep, just like Generation 6.
I see. So if you pick the water, you have Raikou?
Yep.
So
if you pick Squirtle, it would be Raikou. If you pick Bulbasaur, it would be Entei. If you pick Charmander, it will be Suicune.
Dicks.
It will commence the roaming mainland. The player defeats Team Rocket in the Rocket Warehouse on Island 5 and delivers the Sapphire to Celio. It will have low IVs due to the Pokemon IV bug. And if it uses Roar to flee, it will disappear permanently due to the roaming Roar bug.
Oh, I remembered. I thought that was a problem with Gen 2, so that was Fire Red and Leaf Green. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I forgot that's a bug. Which, by the way, Gen 2, they do have Roar as well, but you can still run into them. So Fire and Leaf Green was the one that was the problem. Oh, fuck that. That would piss me off so much.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Well, that was what I asked. I guess we'll end the episode here, since we're done anyway.
Yeah, well, there'll be more roaming Pokemon, but I'll get into that next time.
Yeah, we can get to that when we meet back up again. So, yeah, roaming legendaries. Bundle of fun. You got introduced to it, but we're going to deal with the majority of that a lot later. And also, we took care of Team Rocket, so that means we can finally progress in the plot. But we do have that Silver Wing. In case you're wondering what that's for, I think we're going to do that next. Explore what the Silver Wing is useful for. We'll figure it out. So, see you guys next time.
Yep.